Okay, today is the 15th of November 2024. We've got about 15 minutes to NY open. Going to get straight to the charts. Okay. Okay, so this is the daily time frame. Price is rejecting 2550. We're trying to push up from 2550. We're also rejecting 2558. We're trying to push up. Okay. There is this old demand zone right there. So price closed below it, closed back inside it, and we're pushing up. We wicked into that zone, and we've started closing above. 4-hour candles have started closing above 2550. So that's the 4-hour time frame. It's just ranging. It's been ranging since yesterday, right? There's nothing happening since about a day and a half. We've been ranging in that range. It's about a 250 pip range. Price has just been ranging there, just moving sideways. There's nothing. We need price to break out of this, either to the upside, above this level, above 2570, or below 2550, right? So that's a $20 move. That's $20 range. It needs to break outside. It needs to break below 2550 and close below 2550, continue down, or close above 2570 to continue higher to 2586. Until then, we're just ranging. Today's Friday. Let's see how the weekly candle closes. On the weekly, we are should close bearish, so that the next week pulls back up and then continues down. So we might have a pullback today. Might be a pullback. It might be price trying to close above 2570, above this level, and to continue higher. That might be the move for the day. Let's look at our zones for today. So there is not much difference from yesterday. The zones that we drew, it's the same. There's nothing has happened. Price is just ranging between this, a 250, 220 pip range. We're just here, so we're going to extend these to the right. It's good. Give me a second. What's happening here? Okay. So in terms of news, today we have, just 1 second. Retail sales in about 40 minutes from now. Retail sales. Um, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't usually that doesn't have much volume, but we have been ranging for the last day and a half, so we might have a breakout uh, with news. We might or might just be a very small move. It could be a very small move, or it could be a breakout outside the prices that I just mentioned. Okay, it's the same zones as yesterday. So nothing's happened since yesterday. It's just been flatlining, right? So if you look at the 30 minute, you can see you see since yesterday, the 30 minute on the EMAs, right? The slow moving EMA, this one right here, and the fast moving EMA, they're just flatlining. There's nothing, right? So price needs to close above 2570 for us to continue higher, or close below 2550 for us to move lower. Until then, there is nothing happening. I might not be here for too long today. I don't think I'm going to be trading today. It's just I'm here just to post the zones. Um, yeah, I'm not expecting any major move today, but let's see. We might have a move during news. So I'm going to be here for news and 30 minutes after that. That's it, just for an hour. Um, if you do get a move during news, then we see a breakout either to the upside or to the downside below 2550 or to the upside above 2570. Yeah, okay. It's been very boring since yesterday. There was literally nothing yesterday. Price just moved into the zone, stayed there, did not reverse anything yesterday during the NY session. In the Asian session, we did drop down a bit, but again back to the weekly support level, bounced off there, and we're back at that range again. Right, so nothing's happened. It's just bouncing between 150 pip range. The price is not doing anything. Yesterday there was no movement during news. There was PPI yesterday, and price was very slow. Just moved into this 4-hour zone that we had drawn yesterday. Uh, on the 1 hour, the zone was more clearer. It was that zone right there. Drop, 3 basin candles and a drop. And that's where price came. It paused. But in the Asian session, we just had about 120 pip, 130 pip drop from that. London, nothing today. It's back up to that zone. Asian 120 pip drop from that zone. In London session, 120 pips back up into that zone. Yeah. We might have a price might just continue to pop up. It's hard to say. There's nothing happening here. There's just nothing. The 1 hour. If price breaks above this high, if you break above this high, this was in the latter half of New York session yesterday. This high is 2576.50. If you break above 2576.50, we should continue higher, right? That high right there, 2576.50. If a 15-minute candle closes above that, we should continue. We should continue higher. And to the downside, there's literally nothing. It's just 4-hour support is created here. That's a 4-hour demand zone right there. Triple 510. Yeah, that's it. So 3 minutes to New York Open. I don't expect anything to happen. Maybe in news there's a spike up, and then we come back into the range. But unless there is a break above, a close above this, a close above 2576, or a close below 2550, yeah, that's 250 pip range. We're just going to be ranging in this block. It's very ugly price action, extremely ugly. All right. It's nothing to do but wait for, we can wait for news. There's nothing basic to do until then. Just wait for news. These are the zones though. That's a demand zone, that's a drop, that's a base-in candle and a rally. So price did come there, touch it, pushed back into that supply zone that we drew yesterday. And when it did get there, then it pushed back into the demand zone. When it get to demand, it pushed back into supply zone. So we're just ranging between that, okay? I need price to close below here to continue down, close above this to continue up. Okay, I'll be back in a, what's the, yeah. Yeah. We're just going to wait for the next 15-minute candle to close. Let's see where it closes, but it's not going to do anything. It's going the next 15-minute candle and the one after that, it's going to just be in between this range. And I wouldn't take sells from here or buys from here until we have a breakout. This is yeah, unless price pulls down, closes, comes back here, touches, closes above 2550, then can take a trade up, or gets into the supply zone, and then you have M15 candle close back in your direction, then take a sell. That's the only only way to trade these. So your price needs to get up here or break above, close back in, a bearish candle M15 or M30 candle closes back in, then you take a sell to come down, or price drops here, comes to this demand zone, have a M15 candle close above in your direction to take a buy to go back into the supply zone. That's the only way to trade this. Other than that, just wait for the breakout. All right. Okay, we've got a 15-minute candle close um, inside this zone. Price is still pushing up. If you break this high, we should continue. I said this earlier. If you break this high, 76.50, we should continue higher. It's 15, about 12 minutes more for news. I think we'll have a spike probably to the upside, maybe. News didn't do anything this week for any event. We had CPI this week, nothing happened. PPI, nothing happened. I don't anticipate anything to happen for retail sales either. Um, yeah. So if you look at what happened yesterday for news, it was just this little spike. That's it. Just that spike for PPI, and then price just ranged, climbed up to this zone, and then just ranged. There was no major move. CPI did the same thing. News didn't do anything. Usually CPI has a lot of volume, but it didn't. Just moved up a bit, ranged. Later on, price dropped, and the later on price continued to drop. We had a close below here, and price continued to drop. Yeah, so nothing really happening. Hmm. Mm-hmm. It's nothing. There is just absolute trash right now on gold. There is literally no price action worth trading here. Um, just a range since yesterday. Yeah. Um, since NY yesterday, price has just been sideways. I don't know whether we're going to get a move today for the rest of the day, for the daily. I mean, there is a lot can happen. There is several hours before the daily candle closes, about 8 hours for the daily candle to close. So we could continue to push up to fill this wick, daily wick, or we could continue down. But from the higher time frames, it looks like price is pushing up because we are creating H4 support as we go up, and we're rejecting 25550 and 2558. So price is pushing up. On the 4 hour, as I said, we're creating support. There's new support there, 4 hour support. So if price needs to go down, then we need to close below this support for price to continue down. And then once it gets there, we have weekly support, 2558, then we've got 2550, then we've got, yeah, so we've got this support right here. So there's plenty of support levels. The price needs to close below to go down. To go up, we've just got one resistance level, one resistance level. So it's far easier. There is less resistance for price to go up than there is to go down. There are more support levels on the 4 than there is um, in terms of resistance. So that's just one resistance level. Once we close above, we should continue higher. But if you need to go down, there is support there. Then there is the weekly support 2558. Then there is 2550. Then there is that level below it, 2546. Yeah, so it's a lot tougher of a price to head down than it is to head to 2586. But I wouldn't recommend buying inside the supply zone. Wait for price to break out, maybe wait for a pullback, wait for M30 support to be created, then look for a trade to retest the high. Don't do anything until then. It's a Friday. Okay, I'm going to be here for just maybe another 15 minutes, maybe after news, and that's it. I'm not looking to take any trades today. Um, yeah, I'm going to come back next week and let's see how it is. It's just ranging right now. Yeah, we should head high with news. We should break above this high, 75.82. Yeah, it's just let's see what the news candle does. Let's wait for this candle to close. Maybe we come to 2561 and then continue higher. Should should drop to 2554. Should drop here. Let's see. Search for demand. Let's see if we can drop there. So we did touch that. We touched 72.29 and dropped here. That's 107 pip drop to 61.64. If we do close below 5-minute candle closes below this, we should drop to 54.50. But a 5-minute candle needs to close below this to continue down. So if price is pushing down, then we should drop to 2554, 2554 here, right here. But a candle, 5-minute candle needs to close below this, 2554. And if you close below 2554, if a 15-minute candle closes below 2554, if price is continuing down, we could drop to 2545, 2545 here. Yeah, there. It's about a 200 pip drop, another 200 pip drop. But we need to close below this 2561.50. Otherwise, it's just a pullback to go higher. Yeah, the 1 hour needs to close bearish from this level. Reject, close bearish to continue down. Otherwise, it's a bottom wick to head higher. Yeah, it's very possibly a bottom wick. We're rejecting 61.64 and pushing up. 5-minute rejecting. Yeah, we're heading up. It was just a bottom wick. What was news like? Yeah, it was It's nothing much, just 0.1%, 0.1. Forecast was 0.3, actually 0.1. It's bad for the US dollar. Price should head up. Yeah, we are rejecting that area. It's pushed up straight away. 80 pips. We're heading high. We should break this high. $55. That's a liquidity candle right there. 55.04, 585. Yeah, and price touched it, pushed straight up. London session. This week there have been better trades in the London session than there has been in NY. Cleaner moves. Yeah, just cleaner moves. Perfect touch of this liquidity candle. $92. 52.20. 50. Okay, nothing's happening today. So, not going to be taking any trades today. We still range in between this area. There's nothing happening. I want to see a breakout either to the upside or the downside to be interested in taking a trade. We've just been ranging since yesterday. Okay, so I'm not going to trade this range. It's just ugly. We could drop down here, then push back up from this weekly support right here. So it's not worth taking trades here. There's demand right there. There's supply zone right here. So yeah, just not willing to trade in this range. Okay, that's it. I'm going to be, it's the end of the stream. Be back on Monday. What do we have for next week? It's nothing. It's no news next week at all. It's just going to be a, shouldn't have any surprises next week. There's no news. Unemployment claims doesn't do anything. This flash manufacturing PMI doesn't do anything. So next week basically is a no news week, and the week after that is also a no news week. Yeah, there's nothing much. These news events don't do anything to price. So the next 2 weeks should be just regular trading weeks. unless we have some political news, uh, US political news. Okay, okay. See you guys on Monday.